Now, specifically with this charity, like we've seen them violate the rules and knowingly violate the rules in how they issued the receipts for the donations from the two gentlemen linked to the Beijing communists. Apparently, they are not in compliance with their disbursement obligations. They're also apparently have not followed the obligations under the CNCA requirements as a soliciting corp. Like, would other charities, would this trigger an audit in other charities?
I guess, Mr. Chair, the first thing I would say is I don't know the facts of the situation.
Okay, we know the facts. I just told you the facts, Mr. Hamilton, so you're aware.
What I read.
It's broadly known in the country. Yeah, so please don't say you don't know.
But
I've laid it out clearly to you, Mr. Hamilton. Would this trigger an audit in other charities? And these are known facts. These are not suppositions. They're known facts.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would not comment, even if we went in, but I certainly wouldn't offer a comment without having our investigation look to confirm the circumstances. What would it take to trigger an audit then? So would this kind of thing, if somebody gave us a lead and said, well, this is what is happening?
Do you consider the information you've heard in committee and in ethics a lead? Would that not be enough for you?
But the question I think you're asking is, would it trigger an audit, right? As opposed to,
what would it take to
would it trigger us to take a look? Okay.
Would it trigger you to take a look?
You're taking a step to go, once we take a look, does that take us all the way down? And I guess I'm just not going to comment on that. But, I mean, the basic point you're raising, if we hear some things that we think have the potential to be offside,
what you've heard,
would
it have the potential, in your own words? What you've heard today and in the ethics committee and reported in the newspapers and very public, would that have the potential, in your own words?
The potential for us to take a look?
Yes.
Could be. I mean, I think that's what we've said about leads. When somebody gives us a lead,
one of my constituents in Edmonton,
gentlemen, Mr. McCauley, I stopped the clock, but just gentlemen, I don't mind one member providing pushback, but I don't need the gallery. So, Mr. McCauley, if you can pose your questions.
One of my constituents is part of a charitable organization. It's been in the news a lot. It's before the Ontario Supreme Court, which publicly rebuked the CRA. It's the Muslim Association of Canada. I've looked at their file. I looked at the harassment and Islamophobia, perhaps, involved in the CRA's harassment of that charity and other faith-based charities. Like, you'll go after those charities, but this doesn't, you can't even comment if it has the potential to even look at it.
I'm not going to really comment on either of those specific circumstances. Now, there's some things that are in the court that are on the public record.
Okay.
I guess my basic point to you is that when we hear about things, either through our own work or elsewhere, that cause us to think there might be something inappropriate, we investigate.
Okay.
I would hope where that leads us and how far it goes.
That you would actually do your role and investigate. Ms. Kerr, I want to ask you, you talked about first offense for violating the rules, may involve, training and perhaps a second offense. I'm curious, do your rules and regulations allow you to arbitrarily offer further training for offenses? The reason I ask, these are mostly, it's a large charity, professional, with a lot of money, professionally audited. I'm curious, why would someone you would not provide that training to a regular tax-paying Canadian? Because I know I over-contributed on a TFSA once and got dinged. They didn't offer me an out. I don't have the resources like this. Who would decide that? Just very briefly.
So with the charitable sector...
Actually, sorry, I'm going to be rude. I'm going to interrupt. Could you get back to us in writing on that? Who would make that decision? Mr. Hamilton, couple quick questions for you. We've heard about the Chinese police stations operating in Canada. Service La Famille Chinois de Grand Montreal, Centre Sino-Quebec de la Rive Sud are both not-for-profits who have been identified as Chinese police stations operating harassing Canadians. Would CRA be investigating those not-for-profits?
Wow.
I have no comment on that.
Why not?
Wow.
You're the head of the CRA. These are not-for-profits who are harassing Canadians. Chinese, Beijing communist-operated police stations operating the guys are not-for-profit, and the head of CRA won't comment? Will you be investigating these?
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that. On that specific situation about those specific entities, I can't.
Is that enough as a lead to investigate?
Thank you very much. We've heard from